Welcome to the LoaDown for Card Hunter, where I try to tell you all you need to know in as close to 5 minutes as I can. Card Hunter blends tabletop RPG and collectible card game into literally the most addictive genre ever. Unlike a lot of the other weird genre matchups, this game actually seems to do it right. When you combine two different genres, you have to make sure that both genres are equally well represented, and each individual genre has to be as good as the nearest competitor of that individual genre. On the RPG side, there is a solo campaign for you. You play underneath this GM named Gary, and he wants so badly to be his older brother Melvin. But his older brother is an absolute jerk, and as you play through, his jerkness sort of comes out, and then Gary starts to realize that he doesn't have to be his older brother, and he sort of like grows up over the course of the thing, and it's actually sort of heartwarming and fun to go through. That's not really the main draw of the single player campaign. The draw is the puzzle, right? So each time you do a series of maps, which are set up in sort of like dungeons or story campaigns or modules. Each time you go through one of the maps in a module, you get more gear. You might or might not have all the gear that's ideal for the next map. And the next map will have something that you kind of like, you gotta figure out. Say you're playing against Trogs, and Trogs have pretty heavy armor, but only if you attack them from the front, and they have spears, which means that they can attack from 2 squares away. So what you need to do is have really mobile cards that let you move around and also attack, or go for high penetration, so that you can move around behind them and hit them from the back where they're not armored, or you can instead go for penetration and just try and get through the armor that way. And a lot of the maps wind up being that way. At first it's really easy, and then it gets harder and harder and harder and harder, and then it starts getting really challenging, and you have to come at it from the correct angle with the right strategy if you want to win. Next is probably the collectible card game side. A lot of people, when they hear collectible card game, free to play online, they go, it's probably going to be pay to win. In this case, absolutely not. If you just play through the campaign up to about level 6 or 7, you get a free, fully geared PvP team that's completely competitive. You can totally get started and start winning immediately if you are A, good at the game, and B, have that free team. The only advantage that paying gets you is you can get more chests of completely random loot. You could pay for the monthly fee membership thing, and you get 1 extra piece of random gear every time you open a chest. Just playing for free, you wind up getting 1 gold chest for your first win in multiplayer every day. And you can get more awesome chests as you play, but you have to keep getting more and more wins. And it's not wins in a row either. It's just say, okay, first win, you get a chest, a gold chest. That's a rare chest, some good stuff in it. Second win, you get a normal chest, which just has a few random bits of gear, no guaranteed rares or anything like that. And then next one is a win. Then it's 2 normal chests. Then the next one is a win. Then it's 3 normal chests, and the next one is a win. And if you manage to get 20 wins in a single day, you get an epic chest, which is guaranteed to have at least 1 epic in it, and I think 2 rares, something like that. 2 rares or higher. So that's how the multiplayer works. And let me iterate here. The multiplayer is really fun. I did a tournament for Card Hunter, and playing against other people is really fun to watch. So hopefully this will be a shift in gaming, and we'll start seeing more tactics RPGs on the free-to-play space. The sound for this game is a little boring. I mean, you can't really expect much from a free-to-play tactics RPG as far as sound goes. All the attacks do have sound, there's some music, but there are a few areas where it's lacking. They do add these sounds, like Gary gasps pretty often. He gasps often enough with the exact same gasp sound effect that it sort of started to annoy me. I almost prefer if they didn't have those sounds in there at all. But the combat sounds are great. Everything that you use has a nice sound effect to it. Bashes sound suitably bashy. There's enough variety in the in-game sounds to make me happy, and I really like the added effect of when your character moves, it sounds like a miniature is moving along on the playboard. And the visuals I actually love. Some people might not like it as much, but I love the fact that, like, in the login screen, if you look around, there's like bags of Cheetos and, you know, rings from where somebody put their glass but didn't put it on a coaster. And I think that adds to the overall theme of the game to make it really, really charming. And the last point I really wanted to make is that this game has stayed fun to me the entire time I've played it in the beta. And I hosted a tournament for the game. Not only am I playing a lot of this game, but I'm playing it like as a job. And yet I still really, really love playing it. I still play at least my first win multiplayer every day, and I do some campaign stuff. Usually I play at least 3 wins in multiplayer and do at least 1 campaign map. Everybody, I really recommend that you check this out. It is free to play. Go to live.cardhunter.com. Tell them Nathan sent you. Maybe they'll give you the free hugs, or the high fives, or they'll hate you because they played against me in multiplayer. See you next time.